Sway. Still this pain. Getting back to the actual fight at hand, man. I just think Jermaine Taylor going to throw the jab. The jab is going to be flowing that night, and I think Kelly Pavlik is going to be walking into the jab all night. All he got to do, as I mentioned, go the opposite direction of Kelly Pavlik's power hand and just wait on the counters. Now, if you get him hurt this time, he knows what he has to do. He has to patiently sit on his punches, and as my man Doc's alluded to, he's not going to shoot as low because he's not draining himself to make 60. He's fighting at 66. He's fighting at a comfortable weight. And I want to bring up another point.
So you don't think he's going to fade late?
The company. Let me tell you something about the company. The company really don't want this rematch. The company don't want the rematch because you know why? Because they know they escaped with a victory from Jermaine Taylor in the first fight. They didn't want to make that 160.
Who's the company?
You know who the company is. You know who TR is. BA, the big homie down there. They didn't want to fight at 166. But Lou DiBella, being the smart businessman he is, Oh, you know it was Louis Dick.
I thought it was Prince Machiavelli.
No, Lou. Well, Mac, he might have had. They all worked together hand in hand. They put the 66 negotiation in there because they knew Taylor would be a lot stronger at that. And if Pavlik don't take the fight, then Jermaine will get his middleweight titles back. So to me, it seems like a sucker bet at 66. And I stole that from Bernard Hopkins.
You know what? Let me speak on Jermaine's alleged decline, like my man Slee's been saying.
Alleged.
So
look, hold on. Let's get something. See, these guys ganging up on me. I'm a fan of Jermaine Taylor, but I'm calling the fight how I see it. I'm calling the fight how I see it. I'm a fan of Jermaine Taylor. I'm calling the fight how I see it. It's something special about Kelly the Ghost Pavlik. I know he's one-dimensional.
This is nothing against Kelly.
He got that. He got that Koto factor. He got up off the mat, and he doesn't defer from his plan. He's stalking you round 1 through 10. Unless you got a tight game plan and you discipline, he's going to eventually catch up to you.
That's a good point. That's a fair, valid point.
That's a very fair assessment. But I'm going to say this about Jermaine's decline. The fact that he fought Bernard twice, Winky right after Bernard, Kasim Uma right after Winky, and Corey Spinks right after Uma.
Yeah, to me, left-handers.
And boxers, you know what I'm saying? And volume punchers. To me, Great Cuz the model, what he did with Floyd Patterson, he brought him along slowly. Each time he brought him up, it will like a new layer of confidence will develop over the fighter. They're not doing that with Jermaine. Jermaine's keep getting thrown in there with fighters that are better and better and better and better and better, not necessarily better boxers. Instead of allowing him to build up his confidence, he's becoming too much of a thinking man in there. And
he should have got Spinks.
No, keep him, Steve. You
should have got Spinks and Uma.
Keep in mind too, y'all. Jermaine, I still think Jermaine Taylor I still think Jermaine Taylor has some of the upside. And I'm gonna say this because
I do too.
Jermaine started boxing at 16. He didn't have the amateur like most of your today fighters have. He pretty much kind of just got into boxing. He was a freak athlete who was strong and seemed like a disciplined kid. And had a good work ethic. So I still think he has an upside. Now the mirror image that the image I'm seeing in my head, and I don't know if y'all remember this fight. Y'all remember when Terry Norris fought Simon Brown? Now in the first fight, Terry Norris kind of did what Jermaine Taylor did. Came out, letting his hands go, going all wild, burnt himself out, ended up getting knocked out by Simon Brown. In the second fight, when he fought Simon Brown, he boxed more. He was a bit more astute. And I don't even think Jermaine is probably going to knock Kelly out. I think he's going to box his way to a 12-round decision. I think Kelly Pavlik is going to be chasing him all night.
That's not the plan.
Even Emmanuel just came out recently and said the reason Jermaine lost that fight is he was too hyper.
He was too hyper.
He was not. His nerves was on
the
high.
Fight should have been over in the second round.
He was too tense with his punches. He was wore out.
He burned himself out in the second. Steve, what happened in the second round?
If Taylor would have calmed down, took his time in the second round, it would have been a totally different story. But you had the hype behind the fight. It's
backlash
and then, exactly,
yeah,
and then
whole team
from all the other fights, the Corey Spinks, the Uma fight, everybody was dogging him for not knocking those smaller dudes out.
His state Arkansas was acting shady towards him as well.
Everybody talking dirty
about him on the radio.
It's like, that's what happens when you're in this sport. They love you, then they hate you. So you gotta do it for you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do this for the fans.
So what's gonna happen in this fight? Because Jermaine is kind of an emotional person.
A lot of pressure is on Jermaine.
That's why I say I call it like it is. I know he's in a more relaxed environment. He doesn't have a manual.
You want Big Mike?
But Jermaine gonna sit there and trade with
He's an emotional fighter,
That's
but
good.
he can channel that emotion.
Exactly.
But listen, if he trades with Pavlik,
I don't think he's gonna trade.
I think he's stronger than Pavlik.
I don't think. I think 66 is a sucker bet.
Let me ask you, you being a professional fighter, Steve. When a person, like, it wasn't a flash knockdown, like he was out.
Exactly.
Now, and that's kind of like getting knocked unconscious, right? Correct? Is it similar?
In a sense, yeah, same thing.
Now, when it happens, this is the first time this has happened. This is the first time he lost since the Olympics, and he was knocked out.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
does it increase the chances of it happening again once it happens once? Like if you get knocked out, does it increase the chances?
This is the thing. This is why I say Taylor to win the second fight. Another reason is I want to see the third fight.
It gotta be a trilogy.
But if you look at the fight, after Taylor was in the locker room, he had this look on his face. He was shocked. He was amazed. He couldn't believe he just lost.
Right.
This dude is so used to winning.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was in the amateurs with him. He's so used to winning. Exactly, competitive. So what I think Taylor's going to do is go back to the drawing board. As he's shown, he got rid of Stewart, because don't get me wrong, Stewart is a great trainer. And the thing with boxing, as I changed my trainer, Richard Giacchetti, I had him for 4 years. The right trainer, they can be Hall of Fame trainers, but they're not right for that fighter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
They really can't pull everything they need to out of a fighter. So he made the adjustment. Truthfully, Emmanuel Stewart should have had Taylor with that left hand up. He had what, 4 fights with him? Come on, man. That left hand should have been up more, way more.
That's what I said.
I think Taylor's gonna go back to the drawing board, fierce, infuriated, you know what I mean, hungrier, because he can't believe he lost. He's sitting there like, I can't believe I lost. More determination than ever, sort of like I did when I went to Poland the second time. I was so angry the way they did me.
Right.
I took that anger into the gym. Right. Even though he didn't beat me, I know I beat him, but I got cheated. I took that anger with me to the gym, and it was my plan was, yo, I don't care if he hits me with a house. Right. I'm gonna give him 2 houses. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was.
Kill me.
So basically, Taylor gonna come back. You probably gonna see his hand up. You gonna see more jabbing. I'm telling you,
man.
Hey, this is the thing.
Even before Emmanuel, that was an issue. Like, how hard is it to change the habit?
You gotta look at this. When a guy, just like you said, when he gets knocked down like that, knocked out like that, he's either gonna do 2 things. He's going to decline or go up. Right. You know what I'm saying?
At this stage of his career,
he can't stay. He can't stay right here.
A habit that he's been doing his whole life and change.
You can't. This is the thing. This is where I'm coming from.
You're basing the whole fight off of that one.
That's why he's getting hit.
That's why he's getting caught.
He backs up. He backs up. He drops the left hand and he backs up a lot.
I'm gonna tell you why he's gonna change it. This has been an issue for the last few years.
And everybody's been saying
because people that have been hitting him haven't been hurting him.
They can't hurt him.
He tasted it.
But that's another thing. Pavlik is the first puncher he's ever faced.
This is the thing.
The first hard puncher he's ever faced.
You're going to see Taylor come out the first few rounds before it gets a little hectic with his hand up. Now, when it gets hectic,
it's gonna drop.
We resort back. You know, because it's a thing we've been doing so long. It may drop back, but I believe he's going to come back. He's working on that left hand and working on more jabs.
Another thing that Coltrane said was that he got to start circling more.
He's circling jab. He was laying against the ropes in the first fight. It's so easy. This is not a hard. This is not a hard thing to work. But he's not going to do it. But it's an easy thing he can fix though.
Here's the only question I have, and y'all can go to the barbers. But here's my question: why were you so adamant the first fight that Kelly Pavlik was going to lose, and it seemed like Jermaine Taylor got the same problems that I said to you at the first fight?
I got to defend him. We both said Jermaine has what it takes to beat Kelly Pavlik. But if he gets caught, he's going to sleep. I'm not gonna let sleep go out like that.
Yeah. I remember that was your words too. But like, this is why, and I admit, people, I said because Jermaine is going to fix the same things they're saying. I said the last fight, Jermaine's going to bring the hand up. He's going to jab. When we got in the fight, we sitting there, this guy was going crazy because I said, Jermaine is making the mistakes. It's not looking good. He was making the same mistakes. I'm not falling into the traps anymore. I love you, Jermaine, but you are who you are, players.
Here's the thing. He didn't have to change anything because he didn't lose yet. He lost.
That's a now you can't change it till you lose. He been winning shaky decisions. So how you gonna change?
He lost.
He beat 2 Hall of Fame.
He lost the Winky right. He lost the Spinks.
He got the win.
He lost the Spinks. He lost the Spinks and Winky.